This is Macroview Television, and welcome to a brand new edition of Taiwan Outlook, the program that presents the different faces that let you hear the different voices on Taiwan. I'm your host, Ray Guo. Do you enjoy water sports like swimming or diving? But are you ever concerned yourself with the marine conservation in Taiwan? We're going to find out on the status of the coastal water in Hualien County today on the program, because we are delighted to have as our special guest Mr. David Liu, who's the president, and also Mr. Charles Shi, who's the director of the Hualien Marine Conservation Association, to talk about the work they are doing with the Hualien Marine Conservation Association. First, to my immediate left is Mr. David Liu, who is the president of the Hualien Marine Conservation Association. Welcome to our program, David.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, and next to David is Mr. Charles Shi, who's the director of the Hualien Marine Conservation Association.
Hi, everyone. I'm Charles.
Yes. Well, welcome to the two of you for being a special guest on our program today. First, I'm going to ask the two of you to tell us a little bit about yourselves. First, with David.
Actually, I'm a school teacher.
Okay.
I'm from Hualien Mr Primary School.
All right.
I devoted the computer science very much.
Okay.
And I learned diving.
Okay, and you are native of Hualien, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you were born and raised in Hualien.
Yeah, I want to teach my children to learn about the ocean. I want to let realize the beauty of ocean.
Okay, good. And Charles, how about yourself? Are you also a teacher?
Yeah, at the beginning, I'm a teacher.
Okay.
I service in elementary school with Debbie.
Okay.
And we training our girlfriend and also their family together, and go diving, go to steeping, and try a very spectacular adventures in that time.
Right.
So we know Debbie for a long time.
Know each other very well.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. And we understand the two of you are the driving force behind the Hualien Marine Conservation Association, which was set up back in 2013, was it? And can you tell us that? What was your thinking? What did you have the idea of setting up this Hualien Marine Life, Marine Conservation Association? What was the purpose?
At the beginning, I used to dive in with friends who want to catch the sea creatures.
Oh, okay. All right.
And also, I learned how to make some photos about the sea creations.
Okay.
Because my diving coach, I make more friends with each other.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's how the idea of the Marine Conservation Association came about.
There are a few fishermen in Hualien.
Yes.
They dive in just for catching some seafood.
Yes.
From the sea.
Okay.
Yeah. At the beginning, we just learn how to fishing.
Okay.
From the sea to make some seafood.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the original, idea.
So there, most of them are Aboriginal. We call the haika.
Okay.
It means they earn a living from the sea.
Okay.
We call 海角.
Okay.
Haika.
Okay.
Because of often the conflict between the fishermen and the conservation administration.
Okay.
So we came up the idea to establish an association.
Okay.
Yeah, to be the voice for the fishermen and following the traditional fishing method.
Okay. All right. And how about you, Charles? How did you get involved with the association? I know you know David very well.
Yeah.
Was that the primary reason?
Yeah, you know what? At the first time, at the beginning, we just make it for fun.
Yes.
Yeah, we train. We bring our students to go to the beach.
Yes.
And some of the older students, we can dive in together and pick some seafood and some culture in the water. Yeah, we dive very near to the coast, so it's very fun. Right. But a few years passed until now, we encountered a lot of problems. Yes. It's happened between the administration of the fishermen and the local governments. Okay. So I think that is the reason why David want to organizing associations right now, and to help more fishermen can regularly to go diving and go to sea and see a lot of sea cultures.
Okay. Yeah. And I know there's one interesting connection that David has made between marine life and also spear guns. Yeah. And then apparently it's because spear gun, users usually are more concerned about the food, the seafood they catch, and then that's also good for the sea ecology. Can you tell us then, why did you make the connection between spear guns and marine life conservation? Please.
Yes, it seems that the hunting and the conservation proceeds in upside direction. But actually, they are highly related to each other. Okay. Hunter knows he can make the most of his skills, as well as his hunting field is sustainable. Yes. Yeah. A hunter knows he can. In this way, a hunter will choose his prey. He never overhunted. Okay. So he never hunted prey which is too small. Okay. Yeah, that's we confirm. This is the idea that a hunter will protect his hunting field. Okay. Yeah.
So that is also in line with marine life conservation that you and Charles would like to advocate. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Please continue.
Okay. This is the harmonic reaction to maintain ecological sustainability. Yes. Right. Okay. And satisfy in economical or living needs. Okay. We believe that the use of spear gun shows the spirit of time to take care of the traditional culture and the work toward sustainability. Okay. And comparing to the mass consumption of seafood.
Okay. All right. And let me ask the two of you. Yeah. There's still a lot of divers or hunters, seafood hunters that actually still use spear guns today. And what is the government policy on getting a spear gun? Do you need to have a license? Yeah. And what are some of the restrictions in terms of where and when you can use a spear gun?
Yeah. At first time, I think some of the fishing cage, this activity is belong to the fishermen. Okay. Especially local fishermen. Yeah. They don't need any mules or fire gun like that. Okay. And it just use the nature force. Maybe some spear gun with handmade skill. Yeah, they use that to catch those fish. Okay. Yeah. So at the first time, me and David, we don't think that it won't be an illegal activity when you diving in the sea water and you see a lot of fish just moving in your face, and maybe sometimes we just look at it. Okay. But some of the fishermen, they want to catch them. Yes. Yeah, just a little bit. Right. It's not big deal. It's not good things. Okay. So, but the local enforce administration, they think they might be illegal. Okay. Yeah, they told us we have a lot we have apply our request to the local government.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we can get a license.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
right.
and then we can hold those weapons, something like spear guns,
yes.
The triangle,
yeah,
something like
tripod,
that.
yes.
Yeah, tripods. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But we know Hualien County has one of the most beautiful, coastal waters in the world, not just in Taiwan, of course. But I would suppose the use of any type of sharp edge, things like the trident or the the spear guns will be something of a concern to the local government. And how does your association try to play the role of liaison between the government and also some of the beachgoers? What is the role that you see that maybe the association can play in terms of getting the two sides understand each other a little better?
Yeah, we have a lot of communication with the local government and especially some mayors and some governments.
Yes.
Yeah, stuff. And some of them, they replied us very generally.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And they even promised us when the new government go up the stage, they can change the stage, change the situation right now. Yeah. And it's not that it's just a promise they can make it real.
Okay.
So we just keep hope.
Yes.
They can do it.
Okay.
And
they can deliver.
Yeah.
Yes.
And in the meantime, we try to struggling with the local
enforcement
government
officers.
Yeah, officers, something like that. And we tried very hard to have more communication with the local people living in the beach and the local enforcement officers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. And then the two of you tell me, what is the significance for the restoration project on Neritic squid? Is that something that will keep the sea ecological balance in the coastal waters? For the regular person, not really familiar with the water ecology, please share some insight on this project, please.
Neritic squid restoration had been hindered by the government department as whatever happens near the northeast coast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
For example, fishery agents pursue bamboo, which is a kind of artificial material.
Okay.
Yeah. Would contaminate the ocean.
Yes.
And the fishermen who work in the sand net fishing ground, they think that the bamboo reef would obstruct their fishing.
Okay.
Because it attracts too much fishing boat and many hunters.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And Charles, do you have something to add? What is the significance of the Neritic squid restoration?
Yeah. As David says, we have a lot of divers. They also our friends. We diving in the seawater and bring the bamboo reef to building a structure like more fisher, especially the Neritic squid, to come together. Okay. Yeah, and we got a lot of positive response in Taiwan. There's this and this dentated coral, some kind of coral. Okay. Yeah, so the Neritic squid has no place to lay eggs. Right. So in this way, some people started to do their work of the Neritic squid restoration. When the people know why we want to do these things, they realize the meaning of this kind of restorations.
Okay. Yeah. And so far, your association has committed, to this particular cause. What are some of the difficult challenges that you have faced? Is it from the local fishermen? Is it from the local government? For example, David, you said the restoration project actually has been hindered by government officials. And what were some of the difficulties that you have experienced?
Challenge come from the local government and the local fishermen.
Local fishermen.
Yeah.
All right.
The government said they might we put the bamboos under the sea might cause pollution.
Okay. All right. So that's why government is opposed
we
to
got
it.
some hints. Yeah.
Okay. How about the fishermen?
Fishermen who work in the Qixintan beach.
Yes.
Yeah. We call the sand net fishing ground. They when the fishermen find we put the bamboo under the sea, attract so many narcotic squid. So the fishermen sail their boat to fish.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So the owner of the sand net fishing ground told me they don't like too many boats
in the neighborhood, in the neighboring waters.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Charles.
Yeah.
Any difficult challenges that you have faced?
Yeah, like David says, we use the bamboo. It's also natural materials.
Yes.
So it won't cause any damage in the water.
Yes.
Yeah, and the fish and especially squirrel, they can fly in the meadows and building their net and even their home and attracting more fishing to come inside together, going together. So I think it's win-win situation between our association, do the same, and the local fishermen. Okay. So, but some of fishermen, especially the local people living there, they don't kind of agree that. Okay. Yeah, they have another opinions between what we do in these things. Okay. Yeah, they have different opinions.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do they, I mean, for example, if you dive into the water and build a nest.
They might be thinking you divers, you might want to grab some food, especially seafood, from their territory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They think their territory, they want to keep those fish and the squid. Want something inside.
All right.
Yeah, but our original reason we want to build the bamboo roof, just want to keep a very kind of situation suitable for those fish and the squirrel can come in together and making a great recycle between the nature, especially ecologic of sea.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we understand. I mean, I'm not really into water sports. I don't know how to dive, but I understand that for the Nordic squid restoration, that you need to dive into the water, and like you said, use bamboo to build the artificial nest, and then the squids will come. Nordic squids will come, and they will lay the eggs, and then you have to watch that. The whole process. Can you then, the two of you or both of you, share with us, some of the interesting stories or experiences that you have had in terms of doing this restoration project? Maybe we can start with you, Charles.
Yeah. As I know, in that time I'm kind of busy to my personal stuff.
Okay.
I have to busy can help those our members to doing the restoration to cut those bamboo. Yes. Because the first problem we made is how we get those bamboo. We can't just go into any place or forest and just cut those bamboo and put it into the sea. Yes. In the Qixintan. It will be illegal and it's not palatable. Okay. So this is the first thing we have to know where is the bamboo we can use. Okay. Yeah, and then fortunately we have a lot of groups people. Yeah, they have a good conditions. They have a they have a lot of land, and they also have the bamboos. They can provide us to use them. Good. And so fortunately we solved the first questions, and we collecting a branch of the bamboo and try to put in into the water. But this is it's caused the second questions. How do you bring those bamboo into the water? Because you have to bring very deeply. Of course. Yeah, and also you have when you dive in, you have a lot of
equipment.
When you float in the water. And our divers, especially our members, they have to realize how they swim, how they use their skill to bring those bamboo to planting in the different sea.
And David, any interesting experience you can share with us?
Put the bamboo under the sea to tie up is a very big engineering.
Of course.
So divers must discuss before we flew into the water.
So you have to have some communication before you dive into it.
We must waiting for a long time. Every day we go into the sea to prepare to fold the nursery. Waiting lay born eggs. It's a very amazing experience.
I would imagine. But I mean, are the squid? Are they afraid of divers when they see the divers putting the artificial nest there? Do they stay away, or they are indifferent?
You mean local fishermen?
Yes.
At the first time, I think they have some doubted what we're doing. It might be illegals, or it might be distracting, like to keeping those fish. So I think they have a doubt. It's until now, some of the fishermen still have those things.
A lot of questions.
A lot of questions of what we're doing. So until now we still try our best to communication with the local people and especially a local enforcement officer.
And I want to ask you, both about the plans for squid, neritic squid restoration project, because I have learned that the both of you are now extending it into school education. What do you plan to do, to make it a success, especially among the young students? David?
Neritic squid restoration is now gradually gaining many support.
Good.
And we try to spread the idea into school for teachers. So we cooperate with school teachers to design the teaching programs about actually experience the ocean for child.
All right. And the response from students have been very good? Or are they just saying, I don't like water sports, I'm not a diver, so I'm not interested in those? What's their response?
Although it's a challenge for children, but children like to play the ocean very much.
Very curious.
We not only take the children, but also their parents.
Adults as well. Good. And we also understand that both of you are divers. You have picked Qixingtan in Hualien, which is a very well-known, beach, in Hualien County. But Qixingtan, as we know, is not the preferred area or place, for divers. And so why did the two of you pick Qixingtan? David?
During the seasons in which natural disaster often happen, it's unsafe everywhere. But if you choose a suitable season do the marine activities, the ocean is a very beautiful classroom.
Of course. What would be a preferred season for marine or diving activities?
Almost the summer season.
Oh, just the summer.
Yeah.
So what summer in Hualien County is from May to about September?
Yeah.
Okay. And does the water get very cold out there? I would imagine, yes. But how about the summertime, summer months? Is it a little better, a little more tolerable? Okay, the water is not as cold in the summer?
In the summer, the water is very warm.
Oh,
and
okay.
very clearly, you can even, when you dive very deep inside and look forward to the sky, you even can see a lot of
the blue sky.
Yeah, blue sky, very shining, and even you can see your friend diving in your neighborhood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. And David, please continue. Why Qixingtan? Okay.
Qixingtan is the most beautiful view of Hualien Ocean. Yeah. And the summertime is the sea creatures that they at the most activity.
Okay. During that month.
During the month.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then are there any particular lessons or preparations as a diver that you must do before you actually dive into the water?
Yeah, we must learn the diving course before we take scuba diving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scuba diving equipment, people think they are so expensive, but we can use the equipment for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's anti-water and almost less damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And let me ask you, you mentioned earlier that you and your kids also like to, take diving activities or exercise together. How about for little kids? Do they need to, for example, warm up before they suit up? Because this is, pretty heavy equipment they're carrying, right? Oxygen tanks and things. And then do they need to warm up and make sure their muscles are relaxed before they dive in? Okay.
We must teach the kids step by step.
Okay.
Yeah. I teach my son and daughter first from the easier snorkeling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Learn to how to use the fins and the snorkel.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a simple
That's the
thing.
first step.
Yeah, for the kids.
All right.
Yeah, first step.
Okay. And we're going to shift the focus to Charles.
Yeah.
Charles, we understand that, you are educator, school teacher, that you also have, mentioned the so-called adventure-based education. What do you mean by it? What do you mean by that?
Okay. With this concept, the adventurers would fully prepare before he take any movement and then would participate with the response attitudes. Okay. Yeah, like David says, he have to warm up first, and then he might be struggle some angles and doing some exercise before he dive.
Yeah, you got to make sure your body is warm up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and make sure everything your equipment very fine and work very well.
Operational.
Yeah, because if you don't check one more time, it might be happen some very serious wrong in the water, and in that time it might be causing you death.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it might be very dangerous. So that is the first thing. Me and Debbie, we will teach our children, especially our students, before diving, you have to do those things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. And you have also said that Charles, the great adventurers does not take a risk.
Yeah.
And it seems to to a layman person like myself that the adventurers, of course, it takes out reasonable or calculated risks. Okay, or else movies like Indiana Jones would never have been made, right? Okay, but what do you mean by great adventurers? They do not take risks.
Yeah, I mean the great adventurers, they don't do any risk because because they just already prepare very well.
Okay.
Yeah, they have their they have their knowledge, they have very well equipment and experience, something like that. And after he have those skills, and then he started doing some adventures.
Okay.
Yeah. So there is no adventures you want to take very high risk.
Okay.
Just before you don't do any precautions.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me ask the two of you. You know, you both have a lot of experiences in diving and water sports. Just in case, for example, somebody is taking diving lesson for the very first time, and then once they start doing the lessons, and they're nervous, maybe they have muscle cramp.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And the muscle starts to tense up.
Yeah.
What would be your advice, based on your vast experiences, that you can share with us? One that, you know, something unexpected happens. All right, what do you do?
Okay.
Of course, the first thing is don't panic,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But what are some of the things that you can, you know, react to save yourself? Charles?
Yeah. As a premier scuba divers, we have prepared 2 strokes behind your back, and if one is wrong, is broken, and you have immediately you have another backup can use it.
Okay.
So this is our backup situation.
Okay.
So if you are first to learn how to diving, how to diving, just like our host says, we don't suggest you have any panic in the water.
Okay.
Yeah, first thing you have to keep calm. Yeah, and then call help to your companions nearby you. Okay. Yeah, this seems always happens in our groups.
Of course.
Yeah, me and Debbie and her family, daughters, son. Yeah, it happens all the time. So if you just learning how to dive, yeah, you must to make sure you have a very experienced friend nearby you.
Good.
Yeah, one by one.
And so, David, you would not recommend for people who are just starting with, you know, diving lessons to go diving by him or herself. They should go with a group of people.
Yeah.
Okay. And what if, you know, some people maybe, you know, more than one in a group that happens, then what do? You know, even, you know, when the equipment may be, you know, malfunctioning, you know, like what Charles said, just in case I don't have an additional spare tube available, then what do? Can you, for example, maybe at the bottom of the sea, then something, you know, unexpected happens. Can you, you know, swim very quickly up to the?
No, we not suggesting that.
Yeah.
Because you might be getting the screwdriver disease. Yeah, because the bubbles in your arm, it can exchange the oxygen dioxide and the fresh air very immediately. Okay. So it might be cause your damage in your lung.
In lungs.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And talking about the association. You know, the association, you know, was set up, you know, to meet, you know, like-minded people who are concerned about conservation, who are also interested in water sports. But can you tell us a little more about the, you know, Hualien Marine Conservation Association's, you know, yearly calendar in terms of the kinds of activities, the kinds of training and programs that are available to people? David?
We now cooperate with the community, school teachers, and some enterprise. Okay. Yeah, to design teaching program.
Okay. Good.
Every monthly we take some discussion. Okay. With our members.
Right. Yeah. They meet. Okay.
Yeah. And we also take some summer camps.
In Hualien?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Are they for long term or short term?
Short term. 3
days, so to speak?
3 to 5 days.
5 days.
Summer camp or winter camp.
Okay. Yeah. And let me ask, you know, the two of you, these activities, are primarily for adults, or do you have some programs for children? For example, we have learned that you have an Optimist sailboat training. And tell us a little more about this, training program. And they seem to be designed for younger people. David?
We invite not only children, but also their parents and interested people and so on.
All right.
And such as snorkeling course.
Okay.
And scuba diving. Like I take my son learn the scuba diving.
Okay.
And take my daughter learn the sailing boat.
Oh,
yeah, we call the atomized sail.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's also part of the summer camp that you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we work with the Taiwan Land Development Corporation.
Okay.
To co-hold a sail canoe camp.
Okay.
To show the student how to join the marine activities.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm interested. Maybe I'll be there this summer for the activities.
Yeah, bring your friend
yes.
and your child.
Okay. Yeah. And Charles, what do you think are the benefits for children to take this Optimist sailboat training?
Okay. There are few opportunity for children to do outdoor activity in the waters.
Okay.
Yeah. The associations arrange a professional coach so that the parents will feel very safe and the children can also enjoy the programs.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, the training will include the exposures to the sun and the rain.
Okay.
But it brings great sense of achievement after conquering a challenge.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is something that happens every year in the summer?
Almost every year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But let me ask you, as David mentioned, the coastal waters in Hualien usually are fairly, cold, other than the summer months, right? What are some of the activities that the association offers during the, winter months? For example, from October all the way until, March the next year. What would be some of the things that, the association offers?
We can do our training program in the indoor swimming pool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We train a lot of programs indoor with those Chinese groups and the child.
All right.
Yeah, because the adults, it seems that although we'll be getting cold in October, of course those children will be very scared. The water is very cold, right? Yeah, so we will move to our program into the indoor facility. Yeah.
Okay. And what would be something that you would suggest if people are interested to learn more about the association? For example, do you have any volunteers program, for high school students or university students? Maybe they can be a part of the association activities, to volunteer their time and learn more about conservation.
We welcome more and more the volunteers, such as university students.
Okay.
The young men. I think they are more powerful to join the marine activities.
Okay.
So we prepare the winter camp, such as sailing boat, canoe. So the children might take their parents to join us.
Good. Yeah. All right. And Charles, anything that you can tell us that maybe if suppose I'm a college student, I want to learn more about the association. I want to learn more about your activities. What would be some of the things I need to prepare myself for?
Highly skilled adults, students.
Okay.
I think this is a good, healthy. They will be enough.
Okay.
Yeah, and every volunteer, we will very welcome to join our associations and try to, and don't worry about your diving skills.
Okay.
And we will assign you different
task.
A test, yeah, to teach those children.
Okay.
Yeah, and in the meantime, you also can get some feedback from those children you teach them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we know that conservation in Taiwan has been a very hot topic in the last 15, 20 years. But not many people pay particular attention to marine conservation, okay? Even though Taiwan is surrounded by beautiful oceans and waters. So if I am a person who is now interested in to learn more about marine conservation, what would be your advice from the two of you? To me, for me to, for example, to gain some knowledge from reading first, and then maybe participate in some of the activities organized by your association. Well, what would be some of the things that you can suggest to me and others who are interested in marine conservation? David?
Okay. My advice and my suggestion come from the movie, The Secret Life of the World Meaty.
Okay. All right.
The movie told us a motto of the Life magazine. Yeah.
Okay.
It said to see the world, things dangerous to come to.
Okay.
Yeah. And to see behind world, draw closer to find each other and to feel.
Okay.
That's the purpose of life.
Okay. Good. Very good. And Charles?
Yeah, I want to call Hugo's poetry, and he say, "There's a prospect greater than the sea, and it is the sky, and there is in a prospect greater than the sky. Yeah, it is in the human soul." Okay. Yeah, it's by Hugo says. It's not from me, but I very agree what he said. And when I diving in a very deep waters, I will review myself. Yeah, because it's very quiet in that time.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to face to your scaring. Yeah, and in that time you will be realize nothing difficult you can overcome. Okay. And everything. Yeah, everything you just try to do it and you can do it. Okay. Thank you.
And we also understand that marine conservation is something, of course, of importance to many people in Taiwan. And you have now extended your activities of the association into school education. So do you think that maybe education is important in the future, not just for school children, but also for adults, for people like children's parents, or people similarly in age as you are, and then trying to get the social awareness, all together through education in the school, in society, enterprises, organizations, then everybody come together and pay more attention, and you have more resources to preserve the marine life. Well, what would be something like this that you maybe envision that Taiwan can do in the next few years? Broadening the education to the general public about the importance of marine conservation. Charles?
Yeah, I think there's a very big targets we want to achievement. Yeah, and for local education,
okay,
we told the elementary school students, just try to, because they don't have any sense about fearing. They want to try, they want to make fun, they want to make a lot of fun. Yeah, when they see the water, they just want to go inside and rush in the water.
Dive right in.
Yeah, you don't even want to try to start, and they will go into by themselves. But for the old adults, we're very worried about it because it might be some waves that will cover your body and just just let it go.
Wash you away.
Yeah, wash you away, and you just die for that.
Yes.
So as the first thing, I think we want to education to our members or our children's. Just let it go and just let it to try it. But remember one thing, doing some good precautions to set out some safe zone, and some cultural nearby. And if something bad things happens, we can
come to your rescue.
To rescue things.
Okay. Yeah. David, final words from you? Yes.
I'm a teacher, so I think we teachers stand an important role to combine the school education and the community and the family education.
Of course.
So we can make the more and more safety and interesting environment for kids, for children, to join the marine activities.
Yes. Good. It's truly been a pleasure to have both of you on the program today. Want to wish you and the Hualien Marine Conservation Association all the best in the future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for watching our program today. I'll see you next time on MacroView Television. Thank you.